All right, hello everyone and welcome back. Video 3 of our LT Paintball. So we now have officially got our graphic set up as we need it. We'll be placing in our splat and paintball in this one, and then also I will be working with the appearance palette, which is right here, and I want to show you guys how you probably could have used it. Well, I would have saved you a lot of time probably in your redraw with the strokes, etc. Okay. So let's go in, and you know what, let's start off with our appearance palette, and I want to show you guys how you can use that to your advantage, especially in something like this. So if I click on my artwork, okay, you'll notice that it's telling me right now I've got a group, right, which is totally fine. That's awesome. What I'm going to do is, you'll notice you can add strokes and you can also add fills. In this instance, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add 2 strokes, because I'm going to add a white one and a green one to this, okay? And we're also going to be putting if you went Command Y, you'll notice that we do have a dark green to a light green, and we can use our swatches here for that. Actually, sorry, our swatches here, right here for that, right? Okay, cool. So go ahead and do this with me. Add new stroke. And if you click on it, you'll notice we have a new stroke, okay? You'll notice that it'll automatically default to a fill of 0, and I would like to change that. If you guys want to change that right now to black is fine. As mentioned, we're going to be changing that to a gradient. One thing I wanted to call out is this works just like layers, okay? In order to make it work, what we need to do is make sure that our fill is on top. So do that with me. Click, drag up, make sure we have fill to the top. You'll notice we have it as a black fill. Also, we have a stroke now applied, and it's just 1 point black, okay? We don't want that to be black. We want that to be white, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on the stroke. I'm going to go up here and just change it to white. Nice and easy, okay? You'll notice we now have the ability to change the size of the stroke, okay? So in doing that, let's zoom in, and I know that we have to touch here, like Command Y. You'll notice there's no space there, right? So I'm going to make sure that it's thick enough that it's going to touch, and also work around, yeah, to complete the logo as per supplied. So let's try 5. And maybe, you know what, let's even try a little more. Let's go to 7 points. Awesome. Pretty thick, but you know what, that should work just fine. Okay, I'll go with a nice thick 7-point stroke of white. Okay, let's go in. You'll notice we have a dark green as our outlining. This is where the drawing test that we just did, this would have saved you a lot of time, because what you could have done is just drawn out the type, added in a white, added in a red, added in a black, and then all 3 strokes would then layer in together, which is really nice. Of course, we probably didn't know that, and that's okay, because that's why we're here. So what I want to do, awesome, you'll notice my swatches are here, built in when I click on my stroke color. What I want to do is use this dark green. So go ahead, and we're going to click on the dark green. You'll notice nothing happened, and that's because we have a 7-point stroke in white. And notice, well, we just have a 7-point stroke in green, so not doing anything. This is on top of this one. If I went and moved the green to above, check it out. Neat, eh? So yes, now we have a 7-point green. Actually, this is a much better reference too, because now I can see that I do still have a space in here that I don't want. So let's do this together. I'm going to go drag this back down. I'm going to make this, instead of 7, I'm going to bump this up to 8. Awesome. And then with our 7.8, let's go 12. Nice. Okay. So if we just hide this for a second, and there we go. It gives us a really nice, clean look overall. You'll notice everything lines up beautifully. Hey, check it out. I'm still missing. Okay. And that's nice and easy to fix. So we'll go back in. I'll select on the object. Go here, I'm at 8, you know what, let's just go ahead, 9, and yeah, that should be just fine. 9 point, Instead of 12, let's bump that up to 14. Awesome. So that's much better, okay? I'll bring back my template layer for a sec so we can have a look. And if you hit Command Y, yeah, you know what? It is definitely a little thinner, isn't it? You know what? For this exercise, it's all good. I'm happy with what we've got here for now. All right, cool. So, what else? Along with our appearance, we have our stroke. We have a fill of black, right? I want this to be a gradient fill, no problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my swatches out over here for a second. These are the guys I'm going to want to use to apply to my gradient. You'll notice just clicking on gradient right now, beautiful. It will apply it to your appearance, right? And we know that we can go in now and we can click, drag, click, drag, click, drag, click, drag, right? It's a beauty thing. So I'm going to do this type of grade, right? I'll just go to the top, something like that. I want to change these colors, of course. I'm in black right now. So I'm going to use the dark green that we had initially. I'm going to click, drag, bring that here and let go. I'm going to click on my white and I'm going to find a nice light green, bring that in and let go. Awesome. So now we're using 2 of the 5 colors that we brought in from our color swatch, right? And actually, you know what, guys? This is bothering me. I really don't like this. You'll notice the spacing here and the spacing here is throwing me off, and it's really kind of irritating me. The great thing about the appearance palette, check it out. If I go ahead and I move this, move any of your points, check it out, it stays applied. This is amazingly handy. So we don't have to worry about adding multiple strokes into the back and then having to do it for multiple changes, right? That being said, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go here and I'm going to select on this guy here, and I'm just going to nudge it to the left with my arrow key. Awesome, right? There you go. Much better. Oh my gosh, that makes me much happier. Okay, so there. Now I've got, again, proximity. The spacing is much better with this to this and makes me a happy person. Hopefully that, yes, eased everyone's pain. So from there, we basically have officially completed our LT graphic. We have used our appearance palette, okay, selecting on it. Your appearance will tell you everything that's going on with any of your objects, type, etc., etc., okay? Remember, it just works like layers. That has to be fill on top, stroke, stroke. Okay, and we'll be using this throughout, as mentioned, the next semester and the year to come. So, last step before I end the video, let's just get our simple paintball in here. Probably be good. Create a layer, and we'll just call this paintball type. And we'll go here, and I'm just going to click paintball, right? I'm going to hold command down and click. Actually, I was on my white arrow last, and notice how when I command, it's actually my white arrow. I thought they'd fix that anyway. So I'm going to just go into my black arrow. That's fine. Click, drag, and we'll drag this out. And we'll just line this copy up to be in line. And now, guys, we can practice our kerning. Right? See if we can't get this spaced properly. I'll see if I can't get my P height right on the money. Oops, right? Check it out. Tracking's way off. If you hold Option right now and click over to the right, it will do a tracking instead of kerning, right? Individual letters. So tracking in this case is beauty. I'm going to go over and I might, even with this though, I still might do my Option click, because I can get my A lined up, but notice I've still got all this stuff that I've got to work with. So for a good practice, click, click. That'll get you right into your type. Okay, guys? Option, over to the right. Let go of Option, click over with your arrow, Option, over to the right. Let go of Option, over to the right, Option. You get the idea? Let go of Option, Option to the right, let go of Option, over, And there you have it. Much better. Yeah. Okay, great. So I've got that. I can go ahead, make that this dark green from the logo overall and the swatches we've uploaded. And we're getting there. Okay, guys, that was our first touch on appearance palette. Remember, the appearance palette not only works with objects, but if you are doing type in this manner, you can go ahead. You don't need to do it for this exercise, but I can go in, I can add a grade, I can then add a stroke, and then I can add a stroke, right, of light green, light green, right, and there you have it. You now have Paintball. As mentioned, the great thing about appearance is if we come back to this, and this is, paint, brush, nice, and notice how it stays applied. Really, really handy, especially if your client comes back and says, I don't want my name to be paint, paintball, I want it to be paint, splat. You get the idea. Okay? Anyway, that'll end this tutorial. Play around with the appearance palette. We will be looking at other things that we can do and apply with the appearance palette, make it a little cooler maybe. But hopefully you found this interesting, if not usable in your daily Illustrator lives. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And we'll come back and we'll add our splat and we'll get our final submission ready to rock and roll.